Hello and welcome everyone. Today we are going to be making some outfits for the Disney Nuimos, specifically Minnie and Daisy. This will work for. So this is a no-sew little dress. It's very easy to do. So if you or your child has a Nuimo that you like and you want to make them a Halloween costume, that's what we're going to do for today. And actually, let me show you this one too. I made a fall outfit for Minnie before I made the Halloween outfit, and I made the bow, and the bow is just attached with a little elastic band. So what you're going to need to make this is some material. You can get a fat quilting square, and that's plenty of material usually. I am using an 8-inch plate, 8-inch diameter plate. Happens to have thumper on it, it's an Easter plate. So basically, you're just going to take your fabric and trace out the circle. And I want to use chalk or a white pencil, since depending on what material you're using, it might be hard to see a pen. Or you might be able to see the pen to the other side. Since this is black, I'm not too worried about it. But you want to trace it on the back side or the underside of the fabric, and then you're going to cut it out. So just to show you, I took my dress off of Piggy, and I'm going to show you it's just the same. It's a circle. So the first thing we're going to do is fold the circle in half. Like this. And then I'm going to fold it in half again, because we're going to cut it neck hole. So you're going to have it like that. So if we would fold this one again, you can see how I cut this edge off here. So I'm just going to kind of look at it again, and it's not very much. Just going to cut a little curved piece like that. So you have it cut out there. So then the next thing to do is to figure out where you want your little arm slits. So I liked where they landed in this outfit, so I'm going to go about the same. So right about here, just going to cut a little slit. And you can do this by laying your Nuimo down. And figuring out about where you think their arm would be compared to their neck. And just to measure, we'll say. So it looks like it's about 5/8 of an inch wide, is what I did. But I'm also going to cut just a tiny bit more out. Just like that, to give a little room. Okay, so then the next thing is to cut a slit down the back, right in the middle. So you can take it and fold it so you can figure out where the middle is if you want, or you can kind of just eyeball it. Doesn't have to be perfect, that's what's nice about this one. So now I'm going to show you. That's right, her shirt does not come off. I kind of forgot about that. Let's see if we can shove her sleeves up there. That's unfortunate. So anyway, you would slip arm through, unfortunately, Daisy's arm sleeve is going to show, so let me do this using Piggy for now, I guess. Or you know what, let's use Angel. See how So there, you might have a little bit of fray up here, which you could, again, glue an edge or something, stitch it if you want to, but it tucks in pretty well under their chin, so you really don't see the fray. So this is a lot, but what you do is turn them around, and she's got a tail, so we have a tail, so it'll be interesting. Just, you know, put it around the back, and this overlaps. So, you know, if you wanted to, again, you could take and fold these over and make it a little less material and give it a nice clean edge. But for my purposes today, we're just going to overlap them. Okay. And then we need some nice ribbon. So I have a piece of trick-or-treat ribbon here. I cut 12 inches, hopefully that size works. We're going to pleat the front of the dress like this, the way that we like it. And I'm going to tie the bow in the front, but then I'll shimmy it around to the back once we have it the way we want it. The reason I'm doing this is to keep the front the way I want it and to keep it tight. It's just easier for me that way. Maybe you want to do it in the back, that's up to you. Happy with your bow, you can dovetail the edges or the ends, and she wants to hold the scissors. That's okay. They have magnets in their hands, so that can be a little annoying sometimes when you're trying to do this. There's a cute bow. So, I mean, if you want the bow in the front, you could always have the bow in the front, but I like the bow in the back. So I just hold the dress and twist it around to the back. And then you can always, if you have a couple of little fringy bits, carefully cut them off. This material seems to be doing it a little bit more than the other one that I used. So there's the dress on Angel. Now, for the hat that I made Minnie, it works for Minnie because I cut some slits out of the brim to fit her ears, and her bow fits nicely under the hat. So I just get the bow in there, and then I put her ears in the slits, and it works out beautifully. Now, the hats came from the Dollar Tree. Actually, these little hat picks, and you could totally leave them decorated the way they are, although a lot of times they come out of the bag and they're already coming apart. So I mean, you could definitely just stick some hot glue on there and fix it back up, because this, for instance, would match, and we just have to figure out how we could put it on Angel's head. She would probably require the slits also, and maybe some sort of elastic to hold it on her head. Because of Minnie's bow and her ears, I don't have to worry about that with this hat. It stays on. I carried it around Magic Kingdom and it didn't fall off. I mean, I was careful and paid attention, but still, it stayed on pretty well. And he's losing her dress here. So, we could also make a bow out of the same material, or you could also just take some ribbon, like say the same ribbon that I just used, and Angel's got an antenna, I guess that's what this is here, and you could always just do a bow around, you know, on there, or you could make a bow and put some elastic around it so that you could put it around Angel's ear, or you could put it around Minnie's ear. The problem with that, though, is you're not going to be able to hide the big red bow behind the little bow, which is why when I made my other dress, I made the big bow, because it hides Minnie's bow and Daisy's bow without a problem. Like that. Like, you're not even on camera. Like that. So that's where we come across that issue. So now I'm going to show you how I made the hat, and I'll show you how to make the bow. So to make the hat, I actually took out the pick part of the hat and pulled off the pipe cleaners. I saved these things because I might need them later. I used the pipe cleaners I took off of this one for the wreath that I made. So you never know, you might be able to use those again. And then I cut a piece of the same fabric. This is about 1 inch wide and about 14, a little more than 14 inches long. I just guesstimated, because basically what we're going to do is wrap the top of the hat with this material. So first thing you're going to want to do is kind of fold one edge down. Actually, I think I might fold both edges in to start with. I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue to do that, just so that it'll stay. To pick a spot to start it. Just going to use a spot that's already got a lot of hot glue on it. Put a decent amount of glue there and put that right there on the edge of the hat. And then what we're going to do is kind of keep folding the edges in a little bit. And I'm going to go a little further, and I'm going to add a little more hot glue. Okay, so the hat's done. It came out a little more wonky than I had wanted it to, but it works. See that? And actually the hat's not done because I didn't add a brim, which in this case I would probably add the same trick or treat ribbon as matches her dress. So in this case, since there's words, you line it up to the front, which I'm not sure if that's going to be the front. I gotta figure out how this is going to work on Angel's head first. So before I add that, mostly just because it has words, if it didn't have words I wouldn't worry about it, but so to sit on Angel's head, I think I want to go this way. So I think I'm just going to put a little slit here. And then one for her other. And at least on my Nuimo Angel, her antennae don't quite line up straight. So you definitely want to kind of put it on her head and figure out what works for you. Oh, there we go. So that works. So now we would just pop that off and we'll make this the front. Put the words in the center. And then we're going to just, I didn't tie this one, I just brought it around and hot glued it. across and then just dovetailed. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this one. Just make sure I know where the front is. So I'm going to tape this, pull it back, add a tiny bit of glue. And do the same on the other side. So then you bring it to the back. Figure out where it's going to end. I'm going to cut it just a little longer than that. I'm going to glue on the side a little bit just to keep it where it belongs over there. Same thing on this side. This one, I'm just going to put the glue right here. That. And I'm going to bring this one across and put a little bit of glue right there. Okay. And obviously clean up all of your glue strings, unless you want to leave them there for character. Kind of look like cobweb a little bit. And then, like I said, I'm just going to make these even with the hat now and dovetail them. Done. Let's see how it looks on Angel. So there's how Angel looks. Now I definitely don't think her hat holds onto her head as well as Minnie does. Let me show you Minnie again. So to do Minnie, you would do the same thing. The dress is exactly the same. The hat is the same other than cutting the slits. Oh, that's right, that's what I did. I folded down the edges. That reminds me. You could also just cut like, let's see, like little wedges out. That's what made her ears fit better. So let me see if I can do that with Angel. But there's what Minnie looks like with the hat on. Just get her to stand. So that's a little bit better. So you could cut the wedges out and that would help. So there's our two witch outfits. Now if you don't like the hat, or if you do like that, but you want to be able to change it up, or you want to be able to put this on one of the other girls or guys, whichever you prefer, you could totally make a bow. And I'm going to clean up my space a little bit and come right back and show you how to make the bow. So for the bow, you can get a matching or not matching, depends on what you want to do. You could do a solid color or something else that would go well with your outfit. And I cut this, it's 6 inches long by 4 inches wide. So what you're going to need is your fabric and some hot glue. And also I am going to use one of these little elastics that you get for doing hair. I use this for my daughter all the time in dance. So you're going to turn your fabric with the wrong side facing up, and you're going to fold it in to meet the middle. I'm going to do the same amount on either side, so that there, out there. And you just want to glue just a tiny bit, just to hold it that way. like put a little dot. Just enough to hold it still for you. And then you're going to fold it the other way to the middle evenly. So let's do it the right way. Just like that. And again, just put a tiny bit of glue down just to help you hold it where it needs to be. Another little strip of your material, just a thin one. I'm going to go with 1 inch wide. I think I'll do 3 inches long. This is going to be our middle, so we're just going to fold the sides in like we did. Glue it. Doesn't have to be perfect or even, just so that the sides are in. Fabric doesn't seem to like to stick to it, so this side. So that's going to be the center. So once you have that ready, we're going to take our bow bit and you're going to fold it like an accordion or like a fan. Or you can just scrunch it however you like. Like that. And then what you're going to do, when people make bigger bows like this, turn around here. Sometimes they like to put a little glue in here, but this is so small that I don't think that you need to. I can see it in here just to kind of hold the shape. But with these being so small, I don't think you need to. So I'm going to put this in, glue this on. I'm going to start with one end. So I put glue here. And carefully bring it around. And then we're going to add our little elastic bit over and figure out how much more we need. You don't want to go too far because you don't want to see the end. But you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut here. And then I'm going to take this end before I glue it down and glue it over like a seam. That way you won't see the cut edges at all. No, I let go, but it'll be alright. Just pinch it back up. Now we're just going to glue this end down. sure you wait till it's all dry before you put it on your Nuimos. You don't want it to stick to it. I had a little more glue than I would like, so it's kind of coming out a little bit. Clean it up a little bit. And you won't see that anyway because it's the bottom. So, instead of that, you can add a bow. And for Angel, we just put it over her antenna. Just like so. And if that's not tight enough, you can always make, go twice with the elastic. Get one if you were putting it in here. I cannot seem to get, there we go. Cute, right? And that bow works to fit over. Let's do Daisy, for example. Just stretch the elastic over the bow. And tuck it down. And then it works for Daisy too. And like I said, the costume would work for Daisy if you can hide the sleeves, but I think we'd have to work on more of a sewn outfit for that, unfortunately. So there you go. You can even switch Minnie up and put bow on Minnie. She doesn't want to wear her hat. This bow would match her outfit also. Right? So obviously you see it from the back, but that's the way it works, unless you want to take the bow off, but I don't want to do that. So there you have it. That's our project for today, and I hope you enjoyed it. I really had a lot of fun making these little costumes. I want to try to do some more sew ones that maybe in the future I can do a video on how to do that. They're really fun to dress up and take pictures of at the park. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Goodbye.